Hey, welcome back to the channel, and today we're actually going to work on our 1980 CJ5. In case you have missed all the other videos that we've done with this particular model, here's a quick history. Bought the thing way back in 06 and took it around town for maybe about 3 days and then tore it all apart. And then it took the next 13 years to actually get it back onto the road. Mostly because, you know, kids get in the way, having them, jobs get in the way, changing them. Houses get in the way because we moved. Just took a long time, but she is on the road now, and she is actually getting really close to exactly where we want to put it in the long term. Now, the biggest thing that we're actually doing right now is actually going through and fixing some of the little things that just drives me crazy. Today, I went out and bought new parts, only because we could rebuild it, but it looks like it's going to be a pain in the butt, because everything is riveted on and stuff like that. That and the new stuff is actually really cheap. This is about $100, but we're going to go fix a lot of the slop in the steering. Now, the steering shaft is the original one from 1980, so if you do the math, you're looking at, what, 42 years ago. It's seen better days, so we're going to go ahead and replace it today. But let me show you exactly what it is that we're trying to replace. It's not that great. Oh, come on. All right, so here is the shaft that is going to go all the way down to the actual box itself. So you can hear it. That's real loose up in this joint. And then if you look way down in there, it's even worse all the way down to the bottom. Now, actually, when I'm trying to turn, it actually binds up a little bit, and that's not good because you need your steering. This thing does wander across the road a little bit. I do need to get it in line, but having that little bump in the steering wheel is not exactly helping the situation. So let's go ahead and replace it with a new part. All right, that feels so much better. Now, the one thing that you do need to make sure that you have is that this guy slips. Because if you get into a head-on collision, you don't want to have that steering wheel goes right through your gut or through your head. This actually looks like it's a pretty good piece. Almost looks like it's rebuildable-ish. Uh-oh, dropping parts. All right, let's get the old one out and put this one in, quick and easy. Well, that was a pain in the butt. Anyway, I got the old one out, and I think I found the problem. Here's the old thing. Yeah, that is completely thrashed. Looks like the boot came off, ripped up, it got moisture in there, and it just destroyed itself. So just like in any Jeep out there, you're going to need an 18 millimeter, you're going to need a 14, a 16, I think a 13. Convert those over to SAE, you know, 9/16, 5/8, that type of stuff. But yeah, took a while to get it out there. And also, like any other Jeep situation, seems to be a theme. You find more problems. So like I said, this is 1980, it's about 42 years old. So anyway, as I was trying to get the steering shaft off of the actual steering box itself, I noticed this. Yeah, that's about to break off. So what I'm going to do is actually clean that up and go ahead and throw some weld on there, and hopefully we can get the strength back. What I'm going to do there is actually take a cutoff wheel, cut a groove all the way around where all the old metal was, so that I'll have some place to actually put some weld. Grind it all down, put it back in, and we should be good as new. Also, don't forget your Loctite on all your bolts, because some of my bolts won't be that tight. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and weld this up and get back to putting the new one on, because this thing looks too darn pretty to be sitting on the bench. All right, let me get my gear and start welding. Alright, so just like what Disturb tells us, I think I'm getting down with the sickness. Congestion, so I do apologize for the audio. But anyway, yeah, there you go. All nice and almost brand new. So I took the grinder, made a V out of it, threw some weld in there, grind that off, went to the other side, put another V in there, ground that, welded it, that type of stuff, and now it's good as new. The only thing we're missing now is paint, because that is bare steel and it's gonna rust quick. That, and it's a Jeep, so it's like cursed. It's gonna get rusty anyway. So I'm gonna grab some paint over there on the shelf, somewhere. Something other than orange. No, it would match the body, but not for the frame. Be right back. Not a lot in there, but it was enough. See, look at that, nice and pretty. I'm gonna wait for that to dry. Stick that in there, and then we'll be almost done. All right, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna go ahead and slap this guy in there. Now, if you can tell, you got a big end and you got a little end. The little end goes down to the box down below. The big end comes up to the steering wheel. Now, there is a little groove. Here, hold on. Man, I need a camera crew. What happened to them? All right, if you can see right here, there's a little bit of a groove cut into the actual shaft. And what that's gonna do, that little bolt is actually gonna go right into that groove. And what that's gonna do is keep the thing from actually sliding down. So I'm gonna get this bolt out, I'm gonna put this on, and oh look, it's yet a different size. What was that, a 12? 7/16? I don't know, we'll find out. All right, just like anything else, if you don't want something to stick or get on there, use some anti-seize. I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on the threads. And yes, this crap gets everywhere. You're gonna have gray fingers forever. Oh, got it. Yep, like I said, all on my finger. Bam! Ah, it's everywhere. All right, just what with everything else on a Jeep, have metric, have SAE, have everything, your entire toolbox with you, because everything is going to be different. That's a 12mm on that new part. Anyway, as you can see, I got the bolt going through the little groove way down there. Hopefully you can see that. I have some anti-seize on there so it doesn't get too grody. It moves a little bit, but it is so much better than what it was before. So now I gotta wait for my part to dry so I can put that on there, and I don't get black paint all over my fingers. It might actually clash with all the anti-seize I just got all over my hands. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get the box on and plug that in. Hopefully we won't get all that nasty play, because that is a no-go. Garbage. All right, come back in a minute. Well, can't say that you don't have fun working on Jeeps. Yeah, got hit in the head with a ratchet that I left a little bit above my head. Shook the Jeep a little bit, came down, hit me in the nugget. Be careful, wear your glasses, all that type of stuff. Just be careful. Excuse me. Go ahead and make sure that you use Loctite on all your bolts when it comes to steering. You don't want this stuff to come out. You got lock washers, you got Loctite, all that good stuff. Make sure everything is in there nice and tight. So I had the shaft in. Everything seems to be working okay. I just got to clean up a few things, clean up my nugget, and then we'll do a test drive and make sure she's okay. I can't wait, personally. All right, let's clean up. And again, I hate anti-seize. It gets everywhere. Anyway, right back. Gotta clean up. Far so good. I don't hear the clunking much anymore. Still a little bit of a clunk, but it's a whole lot tighter. Oh yeah. Alright, we're not gonna go too much of a test drive because I got other things to do. Gotta clean my head up again. Alright, well, that quick and easy little job, it wasn't so easy, because just like anything else, it snowballs into one thing after the other after the other. Went to go just replace the shaft, which was completely thrashed, and then I found cracks in the mount, had to fix that. I had loose bolts, had to put some more Loctite on that, went through that. Hitting the nugget, yeah, it's a snowball effect. It's about anything you do. But hopefully this will be really easy for you to actually diagnose and actually fix yourself. But check out all the other stuff. Check out the sister channel of 5 Lakes ODL. Links down below. Until next time, keep them running. She is ready to get back on the trail. Well, at least closer. Later.